Good afternoon. Welcome to the Caravan project. I'm your moderator, Leonard So. And now what do we see here? We see a caravan. Good afternoon, Melanie.
Hello.
So can you tell us a little bit about this caravan you have here?
Yes, I can. This caravan was supposed to go for a drive-in exhibition now to the Avia gas station at Kreuzstrasse, but unfortunately it was not welcome in this neighborhood. And that's why it actually just came back now today. And it's about, how you can create new cultural spaces with new methods of kind of squatting, or find like ways how you can actually just use the room that is free or that is available and open up these spaces. And here it's a very beautiful space. So I think I'm happy that we are actually back here. And usually you can open it and it immediately creates some kind of atmosphere, and it can be used as a platform for any kind of art project. But for now, I think it's just nice that we are back, and we had a big action yesterday. We were moving it across the whole city. We were standing on Paradeplatz, on Bürkliplatz in front of Opera House, and it was never a problem. And when we arrived after 1 hour, we had lots of problems.
Right. So I see there's a lot of decorations and artwork on here. Because this really caught my attention, these glasses. Can you tell us a little bit about these glasses?
Yeah, it's actually, the whole project is really a recycling project. It's this Karawan, I got it from the free chat of WhatsApp. And it was the old bar of Summergarten. That's why it kind of is also the home base here. But then they cut the whole thing for the Porny Days. They made this. And then I covered it with this nice plexiglass that I also found on the street. So most materials here, I always work with just what I find on the streets. And this actually really makes super nice reflections with the sunlight and the tree. And yeah, I think it actually just happened to be like this, but it makes every day a new special effect.
Okay, so is it possible that we have a look inside from the outside?
Well, we can also say something about here. It's about Freiraum Messwagen. And we can have a look inside, but right now it's super trash from the action yesterday. But if you want to, I can open the door for you.
I think we can appreciate from the outside, and if that's
Maybe it's better to actually show that we are actually still mobile, so we could carry it by hand through the whole city, and you actually just need 4 people to carry it. But today we have this very nice tuk-tuk from Attila, one of the neighbor who was supporting this whole project during the last 2 months that we were here. And so I think it's nice when we can actually better show how mobile we are than have a look inside now. But of course, you can always come at a later point to have a look inside.
But do you mind if I myself look underneath?
Yes.
Can you hold? I mean, underneath the caravan. Can you hold my mic?
Yeah. Yeah, you may need to check if we are still mobile. Usually we also have like Unterbodenbeleuchtung, but right now we don't.
It was very sophisticated underneath.
Nice,
Okay.
yeah, nice.
So can we see the caravan in action?
Yeah,
now?
we can. Attila, okay. Are you ready? Can we see the caravan in action? Yeah.
Los. Okay.
Okay, let's see what else we see here. Ah, I see some fabrics in here. Let's see who is responsible for this fabric. Hello, good afternoon, Joshi. Hello, I see some fabrics here. Yeah, can you tell us a little bit about your fabrics?
Um, so actually, this fabric was inspired by the Glarner Turkey, which we visited during our caravan trip. And we went to the textile archive, and then I was very inspired by the textiles produced there, which is very famous. So actually, what I did is I sent this fabric. For example, these two are from the Glarner Turkey. So I sent the fabric back to my hometown, and then I asked my parents to bring these as samples to my hometown indigo dye workshop, and then ask them to produce the piece of fabric according to this one. So these are produced according to this, and these according to this. And as you can see, there's little differences. For example, the paisley pattern, which is very famous, and the glanatushli, which are actually inspired by the patterns in Indonesia. But in our hometown, they produce this, they draw it like leaves. And also the borders are a bit different. And also, for example, this is the very typical plant called edelweiss. And in the version by my hometown, it's much more simple. And also, as you can see, the border, it's turned into patterns of waves. So actually, the basic concept is that during the 18th and 19th century, the textile industry in Switzerland, especially in Gauss, was very much prosperous. And they sent a lot of agents to countries in Asia, and they send agents. They use letters back and forth to communicate with the designers in Switzerland. So actually, the designers in Switzerland, they have never been to Asia, but they were able to design the patterns, according to the samples sent by mails in the agents of in Asia. So what I want to do is exactly the other way around, which I want to send letters back to my hometown and then ask them to produce the fabric inspired by the textile in Switzerland. And so the letters are quite important, and also it's not really like business letter, but also like family letters. I also talk with my family about some other things other than the designs or than the colors. And also one important thing is that I think this is a very typical red color in Glartushili, which is Turkish red. But in my hometown, they mostly do indigo blue. So this is also very typical craftsmanship in my hometown. So I would really like to connect both physical places and also referencing the history in Glarus. Yes, I think that's it. Thank you.
So I heard you sent the fabric to China.
Yes.
But you sent it a few months ago, right? And is there do you come across any difficulties during the sending the fabrics?
Yes. What I forgot to mention is that I sent it during the Corona crisis. So actually, it took me like 2 months to arrive my hometown, and also the letter service was suspended. So I actually firstly sent to Hong Kong, and then asked my friend in Hong Kong to send to my hometown, which is southwest China, called Guizhou. So 2 months there, and then it's almost back back, and it's quite faster. But I just received this fabric like 2 weeks ago, so almost 1 month. Yes.
Okay, thank you, Joshi. Do you mind if I have a look at your fabric? All right, thank you, Joshi. And let's see what we have next. Ooh, look at these fabrics here. Hi. May I ask who make these beautiful fabrics here?
Well, I can't actually tell you who made them because it's a bunch of people that made them. It was a virtual workshop, or it started out as a physical workshop, and we had to change the concept. So we did a workshop with 12 people on Zoom. So this is the work by 12 people that printed with the things they found at home that they didn't want anymore. So everyone used different printing tools or objects, but the idea was born when we first wanted to do the Klöntal, the exhibition in Glarus in the Klöntal. So the thing was that they have a rich tradition in textile making or in printing actually, and the idea transferred to printing at home. So yeah, it's a communal work.
So are the fabrics provided by you, or they have the fabrics? They find the fabrics at home.
No, basically, I hand dyed the fabrics at home, so they're all naturally dyed to have this like rainbow of natural colors. And then each and every of the participants got a little package. So it was 2 colors and about 3 base cloths that they got at home and were able to print with later on. So yeah, it was like a postal forward and backward sending, because then they sent me the prints back and I hung them for them. So the idea was also to sort of show whatever to end this kind of pandemic lock in with exhibiting what you have done at home on the outside. So.
And because I see some of the patterns, I can tell like the one it's a spatula, and maybe this is a shoe. Do you have any? Are there any like very special objects that they use to create like another abstract pattern?
I mean, everyone used different things. There is quite a lot of kitchen tools, but to be very honest, I think that's because everyone's so freaking sick of cooking. You couldn't go out. So, yeah, so you could definitely see some kitchen spatulas. I think that's a, what is it called? Mash maker, potato mash. Or there's a gnocchi maker, I think somebody used. But yeah, lots of a variety of different things. One of my favorite ones actually is this one over here. I mean, I love the colors, first of all, but I don't know. Can you tell what it is?
It's a hot one, isn't it?
Guess.
I guess it looks like a huge eyeball or something.
Could be, or I actually thought it was maybe something like a pineapple, but it's a cone of strings. So the thread that is threaded, the household string rope that you use. That's a more obvious one, obviously. More kitchen tools over here. That one over here was a turkey pan, so another kitchen object.
So did you make any of these? Yeah.
Actually, there's some over there. There's one, a pink one with big round dots, almost like a polka dot pan. That one's from that one I made. It's like a baby iron.
This one.
Play iron. No, that one over here. So that was a print, like a pin box that was used to stamp things. But it doesn't actually matter so much. I think it's sort of they gain a life on its own or on their own. And the idea was also that once you're finished with printing, that you somehow gain a different relationship with the objects. So maybe what you initially wanted to throw away, you ended up keeping somehow, or you engaged with an object and therefore established a relationship with it. So that was kind of important to me too.
And also establish a new function to these unwanted objects at home.
Absolutely, yes, exactly. The idea was born because people had so much time that they started to, and spent so much time inside that they started to just throw stuff out. So wherever you went, on every street corner, there's things piling up. So why not do something with it?
Right. Okay. Thank you. Would you mind if I browse around this? Okay, okay. Thank you, Leela. Thank you. Hello. Hello. And now here we see a huge parachute, a white parachute. But I think the artist don't want to talk about this parachute, right? Am I right? Yes, she nodded. So, but I'm allowed to go inside. So let's see what I can see inside. I see more grass. I see more balloons. seems like we will have to end this presentation very soon because the mic is tangled in these balloons, and there's no way I can get it out again because these balloons are very, very hot to break, you see. So thank you for participating our Karawan project. I hope if you do come around here, do take a picture of the caravan, or if you see this anywhere, see a parachute anywhere, you can talk to the artist himself. And thank you very much. I'll see you soon.